Every day, all over the world, innocent people are physically assaulted by criminals intent on robbery, rape, or murder. Amir Peretz taught self-defense to the Israeli military and has over 20 years of martial arts training. He believes that if someone has no choice but to fight back, the best defense is a good attack.
Must counterattack explosively, without hesitation.
The trick is hitting them where it hurts the most. The goals are separation and escape. There's a roadmap for this escape plan, courtesy of the human anatomy. Our bodies are covered with weak points.
Weak points are areas on the body that no one can make stronger. From the front, the eyes, the nose, philtrum, chin, throat, which include windpipe, carotid arteries, clavicle bone, solar plexus, groin, the temple, the jaw, the liver, the thighs, and all the joints and articulation.
Self-defense experts Amir Peretz and Bren Foster know exactly where to target.
I can hit you in the eyes, in the nose, in the jaw, in the throat, knees to the groin. I bet you didn't see that coming.
But once they know where to hit, can an average human, like scientist Dr. Cindy Burr, incapacitate an attacker?
So the thing we want to test today is anatomical weaknesses, right? So we know sometimes it takes a very little force to accomplish what we want to accomplish. So you guys are obviously well trained and can generate a lot of power. But someone like myself, I don't have the power that you guys have. So I need to kind of, use what I have, but in the right location. So what is one particular area that we're going to try to target today?
The philtrum, located just between the upper lip and the nose.
Interesting thing about this particular area, the philtrum area, is it really doesn't take a huge amount of force to incapacitate someone.
Bren is a very strong guy. If I'll try to stop him from moving forward and I put my hand on his chest, Bren, move forward, don't let me stop you, don't let me stop you. See, I cannot stop him. But let's see if I can stop him with my index finger, just one finger, right? Let's see if it works. Here we go, walk forward.
No chance.
It really is possible to stop someone, even a powerful man, with a single finger.
He was able to incapacitate the attacker simply by creating a moment arm off the center of balance that forced the neck back. It's enough to disturb the equilibrium and push the person back. There's no way you can get past that, no matter how strong you are.
The philtrum is loaded with sensitive nerve endings, so pressure here creates not just leverage, but that familiar burning, teary-eyed sensation. So the bundle of nerves just beneath the nose is a key self-defense target. In a real fight, experts recommend a simple defense. A sharp strike to the philtrum, then escape. But is a quick hit enough to take out an attacker? This $250,000 head form will help to provide the answer.
The head form I brought today is called the Focus head form. It's probably the most advanced head form that there is out there right now.
FOCUS stands for Facial and Ocular Countermeasures Safety. Developed in conjunction with the US Army, the FOCUS head was designed to study facial injuries and is fitted with special sensors that measure the force of an impact.
The objective of this test is really to see how much force is generated when Amir does the strike, because we know the tolerance of the human body. Okay, you ready, Amir?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, strike.
Amir hits the dummy with 230 kilograms of force, a level that would cause severe pain and could easily fracture the nasal bone. Even an average person's strike, which is approximately 75% less force, could still be a devastating blow. The sensors in the FOCUS head form reveal why. A 220 kilogram strike to the nose can crush the nasal cartilage and break the nose. Nerve bundles in the nasal area send pain signals to the brain. The eyes tear up obstructing vision. Blood, swelling, increased mucus production, and fragments of bone make breathing difficult. Small blood vessels in the nostrils break, causing profuse bleeding. Many people believe that striking the nose with the heel of the palm will kill an attacker by driving the septum straight up the sinus cavity and into the brain. But this is a myth. 2 bones deep in the skull block direct passage from the sinuses to the brain. Even so, it's still an effective blow for self-defense. But the face isn't the only vulnerable point. The lower body also has a number of weak spots that are susceptible to a quick defensive strike.
Me personally, I'd like to attack the knee. It's vulnerable because the knee has no lateral movement. It doesn't move from side to side. So if you can attack it on a particular angle, that's going to incapacitate an opponent very quickly.
So, Bren, we're going to ask you to kick this crash test dummy in the knee, and we're going to actually measure how much force you generate with that kick. We're actually going to use a TechScan pressure pad. That will tell us exactly how much force or pressure is generated during that kick. Ready, Bren?
Yep.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, kick.
As a 5th-degree black belt in Taekwondo, Bren can do a significant amount of damage with any kick.
He generated 251 pounds per square inch.
That's probably enough to shatter the patella. Definitely would snap the ligaments, press the leg back so fast, it'd do a lot of damage.
And you obviously injured my sensor as well. I think this one is definitely done for.
Clearly, an expert strike to the knee is devastating. But can an average person take out an attacker's knee, or at least cause enough damage to get away? The answer lies in the science of the strike. Experts say that it's not the force of the impact that matters most, it's the direction. The key lies in the way the knee is designed to bend in flexion to facilitate sitting. But when the leg extends to a standing position, the joint locks and cannot bend in the other direction. Striking it in this position can cause hyperextension and severe damage to the delicate internal ligaments and cartilage pads within the knee joint. Snapping the joint backwards can damage the anterior cruciate ligament, and striking it sideways can take out the medial collateral ligament. Either way, it's like chopping down a tree. Without structural support, the knee collapses, and so does the attacker. So even an average person could disable an attacker by targeting the knee joint. When your life is on the line, experts advise reaching for anything that can save you. Champion Taekwondo instructor Bren Foster teaches self-defense to people who have never studied martial arts. One of his most important lessons is that common objects can be used as weapons to fend off an attack.
A victim can turn everyday items into capable self-defense weapons by targeting the anatomical weaknesses of the attacker to create time and distance in order to escape.
Most of us carry an arsenal of self-defense tools with us every day, without even realizing it. Even simple items like magazines or keys can become weapons. But how effective are they?
Okay, guys, as a female, one of the times when I'm most fearful is when I'm working late at night and then I start to walk out to my car. It's dark, that's the prime time for attacks. What do I have that I could use in case I were attacked?
Well, firstly, awareness is the most important thing. Secondly, you should always get in the habit of carrying your keys in between your fingers like this. Keep the palm, the base in the palm, the stem protruding through. If you get in the habit of just carrying it like that and a situation does occur, then you'll be ready to strike.
A large enough force concentrated in that key will definitely be able to penetrate the skin and could do considerable damage, especially to the weak spots in the face.
Certainly.
But can ordinary keys really help to fend off an attack?
So where exactly should I target?
Anywhere through the sinuses here, the top lip under here, anywhere from here to here.
the surprise element is going to be a big factor as well. Nobody's going to be expecting to get hit in the face with a sharp object that they can't see.
But is it enough to stop an attacker in their tracks? Once again, technology will tell the tale. The scientists want to know how effective this strike could be against a real target. So they've brought in a ballistics gel head form that represents a human skull.
So it's anatomically correct. It has all the facial bones that a human skull would have. Then what we've done is we've surrounded it in ballistics gel. What that ballistics gel represents is the soft tissue of the human face.
Bren places the key between his index and middle fingers, with the base anchored firmly against his palm. The key protrudes like a cat's claw. But will it just scratch, or can it actually save a life?
Okay, Bren, you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, strike.
Nice.
So you went right in there, and probably if we dissect this down, we could see maybe even a mark right on the bone. Did you feel like you hit the bone?
I don't think I hit bone.
It could have glanced off the bone, went into the eye cavity.
High-speed filming reveals the extent of the damage. Bren's key hits the gel head with 112 kilograms of force. It penetrates the ballistics gel and strikes the cheekbone, deflecting off into the eye socket.
That amount of force would certainly break the bone.
But the eye is so sensitive that even half that amount of force could temporarily incapacitate an attacker.
Into the center, all the bones sliding into the eye, it's good enough. Just
Right.
aiming to the center of the face, it's good enough.
The secret is surface area. When all the force is concentrated into the point of a single key, even minimal pressure from an average person can inflict serious damage. But what if someone isn't carrying their keys? Some self-defense experts say that just about anything could be used as a weapon.
So I understand you can take something as simple as a magazine and use it as a weapon.
You certainly can. What I like to do, I roll it very, very tightly. As tight as I possibly can.
It may take a few seconds, but stalling an attacker can create enough time to fight back.
Now from here, if I fold this in the center, really squeeze that bend point, I now have a very strong striking surface.
So you're thinking you can generate more force with that magazine rolled up than you could with just your bare fist?
I think the force could be equal to my punch, but because of the concentrated area, I could do particular damage to particular things.
Okay, well, we have something for you to test that theory on, okay? So we're going to come over here. What we have inside here is an 1/8-inch piece of tempered glass.
In this test, Bren will attempt to break the glass first with his fist, then with a rolled-up magazine, to see if he can cause more damage with an object that has less surface area.
In order to protect Bren's hand, we're going to have him wear a boxing glove because we're a little concerned that he might break the glass.
A strain gauge on the glass will measure the amount of stress and send data to a computer.
Our goal is to see kind of how much damage you can cause with just your strike versus your strike with the magazine rolled up.
3, 2, 1, punch.
The strain gauge shows that even with a padded glove, Bren stresses the glass with 492 kilograms per square centimeter.
Break it.
No.
That's
Okay.
a good shot, though.
What do you think? Do you think you're going to break it with the magazine?
I think because it's a concentrated area, with the magazine, it's going to be really focused.
So it's going to cause more damage?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Bren will strike the glass again, but this time he'll use his improvised weapon. Will it increase the effectiveness of his strike? Even a tiny improvement could be the difference between fighting back and falling prey.
You ready, Bren?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, punch.
Bren strikes the glass with even less force than he did with his fist, but he creates more stress in the glass, over 1,200 kilograms per square centimeter. but the folded magazine concentrates the impact into a much smaller area. The results are shattering.
So that was effective.
Yeah. It was clear with the folded magazine I did a lot more damage to the glass than I did with my fist.
So a simple weapon, almost anything at hand like a folded magazine, can give even an average person a major boost in effectiveness, and thus a fighting chance to survive. Here's how it works. As with the key strike, the effectiveness of many weapons comes from simple physics. The concentration of relatively modest force into a tiny surface area. It's especially effective when striking a vulnerable area of the body, such as the throat. An impact here of sufficient force can crush the trachea, cutting off the assailant's airflow. The lesson: almost anything can be used as an improvised weapon, turning an ordinary punch into a devastating blow through the application of pure physics.